We back in this bitch, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 20, Bros with Opinions. We didn't kind of switch sides this week, but
Episode
we in
20,
this bitch.
man. We in here.
All the same. I am your boy Busy, and over here we got
4 letters. One word. Ooh. Bros. We in here.
we in this motherfucker. Yo, we got some big events coming up. Double or Nothing is coming up next weekend. It's gonna be interesting. We also got Noche de los Grandes for AAA coming up on the 30th. And Clash in Italy is, I believe, the day after the AAA show.
Yeah, that sounds like it would be great. Oh, yeah. I forgot to mention to you before we came on with Double or Nothing coming up this coming up weekend. AEW is going to be in my neck of the woods this week for the Go Home show, and so I will be in the building doing Dynamite and Collision, so that is going to be outstanding.
Also, interesting note with Double or Nothing, Saturday night's main event for WWE is also the same night.
That's so funny.
I don't know why they keep doing that.
Why? Why? Why are they doing that?
Realize that. Yeah, that's happening.
Lord.
So far for Saturday night's main event, they have announced really only a few matches here so far, but right now they have Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, and Charlotte against Jade Cargill, Michin, and B-Fab.
Shout out to Michin and B-Fab for getting some TV time.
Yeah. They also have the Vision defending the tag titles against the Street Profits.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see, Penta versus Ethan Page, 1-on-1 for the Intercontinental title. So,
oh my God,
yeah, I didn't know they made that official.
Right,
we were just talking before. We were just talking before the show about the possibilities they could do with that. But yeah.
And then you said, what was the match you said before that?
The Street Profits versus Division.
Oh yeah, shout out to Tez and Bianca. They announced they're having a boy.
Absolutely.
So congratulations to the new parents to be.
Yeah. So those are the only matches announced for Saturday night's main event so far.
He gonna need that extra championship money to buy them diapers.
For sure. And them bitches ain't cheap.
No, they are not.
So yeah, it's some other things we need to get into also. We gotta talk about AAA, we gotta talk about TNA, and of course we gotta get into a little bit of what happened at Backlash and moving forward to Clash of Italy too. Before we do that, we got some business to take care of because it came to my attention that the last show we kind of went over time a little bit and we didn't get a chance to do one of our favorite segments. So we got to run it back this week. Top 5 Dead or Alive.
Yes, sir.
Now, we had a whole different top 5 on tap for y'all. The last episode, we didn't get to do it. And in the time since then, we had the budget cuts, and then we lost the fucking New Day since the last episode. Did not see that coming, but now that we know, like, kind of what TKO got going on, it makes sense to me. They've been forcing a lot of people that they've had on salary for a long time that they don't use as much to kind of take a budget cut. Right. Kofi and Xavier said, fuck that, rightfully so. So with that being said, your top 5 this week is now top 5 New Day moments. There's a lot of them, obviously. Over a decade of black excellence, for lack of better terms,
Yeah,
as a tag team, as a 3-man unit, as individuals. So right now we just want to go over our favorite moments and pay homage to them. You want to start out? Or you want me to do it?
yeah, I'll kick it off. One of my favorite New Day moments is where they've always been great on the mic, all three of them. Um, when they collectively deep fried, flame broiled, and barbecued Dwayne the Rock Johnson. uh,
Yeah,
they really they have had it was so that there's just everything about that segment was so perfect. The way that they blended their catchphrases into his catchphrases, and had the crowd behind them. They got titles on, they got tracksuits on, they got unicorn horns, they got all that shit. Um,
yeah, that was like peak, like New Day,
right.
as far as like merchandising and branding, and like they was, yeah,
I mean, these people they turned pancakes and unicorns into gold.
yeah. And the motherfuckers made money off of breakfast.
Right, bro.
um,
Like I told you earlier, I spent $12.77 on a box of BWO cereal. Not ashamed. Would do it again.
the way that box of cereal ended up,
Its demise. We're not going to
it's
talk about
tragic.
its demise. This is a positive show.
Absolutely. Um, moving on. The one I want to put on here, it's a match that stood out to me. A lot of these aren't. Well, I guess a lot of these are matches, but this one is the one that stuck out to me. The Usos versus the New Day, Hell in a Cell. Um, the only thing I didn't like about the match was the fact that the cell was fucking red. That's the only thing bad I could say about the match. I hated the red Hell in the Cell.
Right.
Um, but
I mean
this was,
that whole time period was kind of a clusterfuck.
yeah, it really was. It was a lot of whys, like why the fuck did y'all do this shit? But that was one of the things they did right.
Right.
Um, yeah, Usos and the New Day in Hell in a Cell. That was one of the. That was actually one of my favorite at this point in history. It's one of my favorite Hell in a Cell matches ever. Like,
Yeah, it was a really good. That's so good. It told a very entertaining story. Two teams who are just
yeah,
sick of each other's shit.
yeah,
They had to settle it one way or another, and that was it.
and you know the rivalry is real when they put it in Hell in a Cell. How many
Right.
tag team Hell in a Cell matches have we really seen? But
Very few.
yeah,
You could count on one hand, I believe.
yeah,
Um,
exactly.
for me, one of my favorite moments of them is that they were it was at WrestleMania. I forget it was the WrestleMania where they were in Dallas, and they were
32.
yeah, I remember they were facing League of Nations that year. I don't know why they didn't put the tag titles up, but it was a 6-man, and they came out of a giant box of Booty-O cereal in full Saiyan uniform. And
Yes, yes.
oh, it was great.
Yeah, that
Uh, a
was a big
hundred
one.
100,000 people. They do the little hip swivel that WWE World. Had me doing that shit at the house.
Yeah, that was a moment. Um, Another one that we didn't really talk about this one before the show, but it just kind of came back to me. We talked about WrestleMania 32 just then, and it
Mhm.
made me think about WrestleMania 33 when they hosted WrestleMania right here in Orlando.
Right,
And they didn't even compete. We thought they were about to. I thought they were going to add themselves to the ladder match that was going on for the tag titles, and
right,
instead they brought out the returning fucking Hardys.
right.
That was a fucking moment. That was one of the biggest pops,
Yeah, they had us all.
especially in that era of WWE,
Mhm.
like 2016 through 2018. It was a little rough,
Right.
but that was one of the bright spots right there. So
Um, I think I will end it with you. So we've already talked about them as a team, but they accomplished a lot. I mean, as individuals, while still in the group. I mean, E- Kofi Mania. This
Yeah,
is to start there. Kofi and E both winning the WWE Championship. E also becoming winning the Intercontinental title for the second time. He wasn't in New Day when he won it the first time, but and then Woods winning King of the Ring. So like their individual accomplishments, even though like they did all those things individual, they still never let it outshine the group.
yeah,
Like whenever Kofi and E won the title, like the first people out there celebrating with them were the other two members of the group. And, like they always had each other's backs, and I'll even throw in a little bonus as a little honorable mention. How about the way it ended?
yeah,
Oh my god! You want to talk about had like even an emotional pulling at the heartstrings, but bro, you not finna keep talking to E like that,
yeah. Shit, crazy. Full circle.
right?
Like seeing everything that happened. And I want to kind of go back to Kofi Mania because that was a special one for me because I was actually there to see this nigga win the world title.
Right,
Um, Now in retrospect that they've gone, um, and Big E's no longer wrestling, it's kind of crazy to look back at that whole build up to that shit. Like everything that Xavier and Big E went through to get Kofi the opportunity, the gauntlet match,
right,
that they had to go through, the Usos forfeiting the match in the fucking, like, they hate these niggas, but
right,
they gave up the fucking gauntlet match and let them go on so Kofi could get his shot.
right.
That whole shit was poetic. So to be able to see that in person, especially now the way everything ended up, that shit hit even harder enough. So yeah, that's definitely
Can't wait for
one.
the middle of this summer now
Oh yeah.
because I'm trying to think what pay per view that AEW would have in July because I feel like that's a little too late for All In, or it could be like somewhere around that time or a little bit before, but I don't think it'll be normally All In's a little bit before that.
I'm not 100%
Yeah,
sure.
me neither. Cause I'm pretty sure they did like All In was like last summer because they
No,
all no.
All In is going to be on August 30th.
Oh well, then that'll be right on time.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be right on time.
Because I actually just saw the tickets went on sale not long ago.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's gonna be right on time, man. Because that's actually yeah, that'll actually be like a month before that, like a month after the no compete is lifted or
yeah,
over with.
so I mean they would have time to jump in before that shit. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And maybe
They
even
should.
actually build a program with somebody. So,
Right. And we
but yeah,
talk about dream matches that'll happen. We get the Bucks. Um, I mean, they've done stuff with the revival already, but this is FTR. Um,
yeah. Well, also it's AEW. I mean,
right.
it'll be a little more unhinged. They can do shit that they probably can't get away with in the East. So
I
it's a
mean,
whole different match.
Shelton Benjamin out here murdering the roster right now. So
Yeah, yeah, he going hard over there. Um, you mentioned Shelton Benjamin, and that kind of makes me want to pivot to what happened on TNA. Um, I know that's a weird segue, but they was all together at one point, and I got to
yeah,
mention what
the
happened with
business.
yeah. So I just want to kind of go through what happened on TNA this past week.
Mhm.
There was a TNA World Championship Battle Royal. Eric Young won that shit.
Yeah, so Eric Young's
So
one of the number one contenders because Daria Ray came out and had a thing with Mike Santana. she made a match that Mike Santana is going to have to defend the world championship against Steve Macklin,
Macklin. Yep.
which is wild to me because he's the only person I've ever seen that got the fire case in the Feast of Fire and still have a job.
Yeah.
I've never seen that. Also, on the TNA home front, um, Leon Slater defended the X Division Championship against Cedric Alexander in an outstanding 2 out of 3 falls match.
Man, that shit was
Um,
fire.
and out of that match, we now have a new X Division champion in Cedric Alexander, which leaves Leon Slater tied with Austin Aries at the longest reign in X Division title history.
A dope ass reign and a dope ass ending to it.
Right.
Um, yeah, hats off to Cedric Alexander. That was a fucking crazy ass match. That was like pay per view quality, honestly.
Yeah, and
We
then
need
now
to take that shit on free TV.
there's talks about if Leon's contract is ending soon, and I mean, I think about what he's been able to do with that X Division Championship. He's brought it on NXT and WWE programming. He was at TNA. Was at John Cena's last match
Yeah.
with Javon bringing the X Division title. Uh, do you think because like his contract might be ending soon? You think he resigns or does he go to NXT?
Uh, that that's up in the air because
Right.
I really don't know.
You
Um,
there's a couple ways you can look at it. Like if he has more goals in TNA that he wants to accomplish, then by all means resign. But if he feels like he's ready to like step up to the big leagues and do those kind of things, then by all means go for it because like you said, he's only won the X Division title just that one time. And I mean, he's definitely got the star power to be a world champion in TNA easily if he wanted to
Absolutely,
just graduate himself and put himself in that world title picture. There would be no one that would think any different of him. Like honestly, there's always like a few people that think he probably could have already been a TNA world champion. So
for sure. And then on the
I'm
other side of that, I mean, we look at NXT right now in a situation where they just unloaded all of their top stars to the main roster.
right.
So there's also an opportunity to grow there. I mean, they need some star power over there right now. So I
That's
mean,
true. That's the one thing that NXT has lacked, and that hasn't been an issue in NXT in like forever. I think this is like the first real time that like, they didn't have like any stars or like anybody from the indies that some people might know. Um, I am loving Mason Rook though, because he's big,
yes,
he's bad, he will body slam the fuck out of your dad.
yeah,
Yeah. So like, yeah, they don't really have like that one guy that's like, oh shit, I remember him from such and such or something like that. It's all homegrown talent or like indie stars from companies that didn't like really put like get like a lot of eyes on their product like that.
yeah.
So,
Mason Rook too. He's been getting a lot of like body shaming and shit, which is wild as fuck.
right.
Cause I'm pretty sure like 80% of the people talking shit about him
Are built just like that.
or worse. Like shit crazy to me.
Right. They unathletic ass can't do a backflip.
Right. Let me see you do a moonsault, motherfucker.
Right.
But anyway, one more announcement about TNA real quick before we move on. Slammiversary
Mm,
is going to be Sunday, June 28th. It's actually in Boston.
nice.
And they have announced that Ultimate X will be returning at that event.
Mm,
So, um, some shit to look out for the as a huge fan of Ultimate X matches.
yes. Yeah.
Uh,
So we
where
could
to
do
go
a top
next?
five on the moments from that match. Like that would be nuts.
For sure. Doing the top five is gonna be hard. That shit might need a part two. Like I
Uh,
could probably make a top five off of fucking Elix Skipper highlights alone. Like
right.
motherfucker was wild.
Let's jump back into WWE. We were talking about getting into Backlash earlier. Backlash.
Oh
Else,
man.
it was fun to watch. Got a few big announcements. Paru Fatu did his thing, what we thought he was going to normally do. That's how I'm going to refer to him on this podcast from now on. Uh, Jacob Fatu came this close to becoming the world heavyweight champion, but in the end, Roman Reigns retains and still got locked in the Tonga death grip.
Yeah. Won the match and immediately got choked the fuck out. I think like the last four shows have ended with Roman getting choked the fuck out. There was like
Right.
the Raw before that, choked the fuck out. Backlash, choked the fuck out. Raw this past week, choked the fuck out. Like something got to give him.
Right.
Um, but nonetheless, it was a great match.
Yeah.
I will go as far to say that I think that Backlash. Now I will say there was a lot of like there was still a lot of dead space between the matches. It wasn't as bad as Mania.
Mm.
I feel like Backlash was better than night one of
Oh,
WrestleMania.
definitely.
Yeah. And you have some matches on here that should have been on that card. Like I loved Gunther versus Seth Rollins at Mania, but it definitely should have been Braun versus Seth. And EO versus Oscar should have been somewhere at Mania.
EO versus us. That match carried the show. I know the other matches were still pretty good too, but god damn, like I don't like that
Yeah.
match made you want to shed a tear because of how beautiful the wrestling was.
Yeah.
It was,
I will say EO and Oscar and the Braun and Seth match was the best matches at Backlash to me. Like from a pure wrestling perspective, those are the two best. Like you saw
yeah,
some shit in those two matches that there was some moments. Um, and there was the undertone of the match too. It felt like a soft retirement in a way
right,
for Oscar. Not so much a retirement, but kind of like a step back from the spotlight a little bit.
right. I mean, but what she did afterwards on the show on Raw the next night, she kind of tried to put it to bed. Yeah, I think she might be up out of here. Going back
So
to
yeah, so the rumors were that she was like having like a soft retirement. Apparently, she's going back to Japan,
right,
but it's not anything business related. She has like some kind of family something going on over there,
right.
so it's not really a forever thing, um, which is good to know because I fuck with Oscar. So yeah,
Yeah, we love Oscar over here. It should have been Kyrie. She's probably the one who picked her up from the airport when she landed in Tokyo.
probably.
Kyrie!
You imagine she get to the airport and ain't no fucking car there, like
She just yelled Kyrie's name until she pulls up.
right.
A big announcement from Backlash. We are getting the John Cena Classic.
Yeah.
What
Um,
the fuck?
what the fuck is that, Johnson? What the fuck is this? What does this mean,
What
sir?
is it?
Um, so what I'm getting from this is the fans are going to choose the winner, and I'm not really sure how that works. So it's like they have the match. I don't know. I don't like it. I'm gonna just be honest. I don't fucking like it because I feel like it's pulling the curtain back too much, right? Like we
Right,
know from watching wrestling as grown ass fucking men, we know what's going on. We know that shit is predetermined
right.
or whatever.
And
So
we're
like,
fine with that.
yeah, but like for y'all to like, I'm confused how that's gonna work. It's like they have the match, and even if they lose, like the fans are gonna vote based on performance. Or like how the fuck? I don't know. And
because
then
it's
it seemed,
fucking fan vote. So this is literally a popularity contest
yeah, yeah,
because it's
I don't
supposed to
like that.
be that we supposed to vote for the champion based on hustle, loyalty, and respect. What?
Yeah, I don't like
Mm,
that shit
mm,
because the fans are not always fucking right. I don't like it because if we did everything that half of the motherfucking, especially like casual fans, fucking asked for, wrestling would be fucking ridiculous right now, bro. Like
right.
fuck y'all. We almost had The Rock and Roman Reigns, and y'all motherfuckers cried. Like I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Like,
I don't think I trust y'all motherfuckers to pick anything.
cause Cena's like his whole idea behind it is that he wants to like put a spotlight on people who might not be on like guy everybody's radar yet, and give them the chance to be like become almost like a superstar overnight, kind of like Oba Femi, or somebody like a Trick Williams, something like that, and kind of get eyes on them. It's gonna be NXT guys versus Raw and SmackDown guys, and I can fuck with that because I always love a good battle between the brands like that. Um,
For sure.
but if that's what you're gonna do, the John Cena Classic, or you should have did that shit probably with like last year's crop of NXT guys, because I know you want to talk about getting the spotlight on guys that are on nobody's radar. None of these guys in NXT for real are on anybody's fucking radar, because these are all brand new guys. So you mean you
Yeah,
tell me you want to have fucking Cam Hendricks or whatever his name is? The only thing he's been doing is jumping Tony D'Angelo. You're gonna put him in a match against motherfucking main event Jay Uso or some shit like that. Who Nobody's gonna know who the fuck Cam Hendricks is, and even if he does have a good match, it's gonna be because Jay carried him, which ain't gonna be far because Jay needs a tag partner, so he gonna blow up in the ring.
you're not wrong. You're not
So
wrong.
like,
I'm curious to see how this shit's gonna go.
it would
Like,
have to be for the guys from NXT. They would have to be mostly like the champions. So I could see like you could put like a Tony D in there against like the Miz. That would work. Like
yeah,
let's say a Miles Bourne versus Dominic was. Oh my god, Miles Bourne, Stephanie Vicaire versus Liv and Dom.
yeah,
That would be fun.
shit
But
like
yeah, you
that.
put like that shit would work because I think Miles is still the North American champion. Um, Now is this just going to be for the dudes, or because the women have a more established roster than the guys do on NXT? Like
That's very true.
I can rattle off like 8 or 9 NXT women superstars more faster than I could the guys I could, because most of
Yeah,
those
I
are
mean,
good.
I would say with NXT situation right now that they could have left some of the guys there, like
Right.
Ricky Saints. You probably could have stayed a little bit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I'll even go as far to say Ethan Page probably could have stayed
Joe
just
Hendry
for the
too.
fact, just for the pure star power. But
Right.
the women's division in NXT is fucking stacked,
Yes.
and some of them are needed on the main roster right now. So I feel like
Right.
they could have did that the other way around. But I digress. Not my
Because
fucking job.
if they not gonna put a title on Miss Parker at any point ever, why? So now she finna be Crash Out Jada. That's what we doing. You don't still
Pretty
her
much.
still. You don't let her steal her sneaky links gimmick. That's
No, she got to get got, bitch. uh, still sticking with Backlash. We got a couple things left there. Trick
yeah.
Williams and Sami Zayn. Um, this was. I feel like this might have been better than their Mania match. It felt like they had more time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the story told there. Yachty on the outside with the candy cane kendo and shit. He taking haluva kicks. I gotta say, and people talk a lot of shit about celebrities getting involved in wrestling, but I
Right.
will never be mad at a celebrity that gets in this shit and actually fully commits. Yachty, you can tell that motherfucker is a wrestling fan because he has
Right.
been full sin, and I'm here for it.
Like, he's not just taking like random punches and shit. He's taking Sami Zayn's finish.
Yeah, he taking finishes. He getting hit with weapons and shit. Like he ain't
Right,
fucking around.
right. Sammy's finish is literally him running his full speed and putting his boot in his face.
Facts.
He
Um,
took that shit like a champ.
one more thing from Backlash.
Right.
Danhausen was set to take on the Miz and Kid Wilson with a mystery partner, and
We could
the
have went on.
internet.
We could have went on to the next part.
Nah, we finna talk about this shit. We finna talk about this shit because the internet was on fire trying to figure out who was gonna be the tag partner, and I thought it was hilarious because this was the same thing that happened at Elimination Chamber when there was the crate and everybody was trying to figure out who was in it, and it was
Right.
fucking Danhausen. So now this time we got Danhausen with a mystery partner. Y'all over here, oh, it's gonna be this person. Oh, it's gonna be this. I saw people saying that John Cena was gonna come out of retirement for this shit. Now you know what we got? We got a fucking
No.
Danhausen cloning machine that made like 15 mini housings that proceeded to beat the shit out of the Miz and Kit Wilson. Miz is the biggest team player in WWE. This motherfucker will be a heel to put
Facts.
anybody over. This motherfucker don't
Big
care.
fact.
He put over anybody.
Put him in the Hall of Fame right now.
Absolutely. I get beat up by 15 mini housings, bro. You putting me in the Hall of Fame. I don't give a fuck what happened. I don't
Right.
care if I go to AEW next year. You putting me in the fucking Hall of Fame before I go.
Right.
like, um, but yeah, overall Backlash was pretty good. Moving forward, they got Clash in Italy coming up. Three matches that are tentative and set that pretty much happened. Gunther and Cody was just made official.
Yep.
It looks like Jacob and Roman is about to get a rematch. That's probably gonna have some kind of stipulation on it. I can't imagine they have another regular match,
Right.
even though that shit turned into no DQ out of nowhere. Um, and then we got Rhea versus Jade having their Mania rematch. That's honestly the most intriguing one because it feels like they might potentially put the title back on Jade, but I'm not 100% sure what's going on
Mhm.
there.
It feels kind of early for her to do that, but honestly wouldn't be shocked if they just traded back and forth until like SummerSlam or some shit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking because to me, it didn't really make sense for Jay to drop the title in the first place. Honestly, like I knew it was gonna happen, but
Right.
the fact that they put Michin and B-Fab with her and like started to introduce them as a stable and
Right.
backup, and then had her lose anyway was crazy. Um, Now I do think that in July there's a possibility they might make Evolution like a fucking like a reoccurring thing for them.
Right.
So it is possible, like you said, Jay could win it here, and then they could go back and have a rubber match at like Evolution or something before SummerSlam. So,
Right.
but yeah, y'all let us know what y'all thought of Backlash and the mini housings and all that good shit in the John Cena Classic. I want to know what y'all think about that shit, honestly, because
You can tell how I feel about the mini houses. Fuck that.
oh yeah. Let me see. Triple A. I want
It's
to talk
Triple
about
R.
yeah. I want to talk about the Noche de los Grandes card that's coming up. We'll have more time to get into that as uh, the event gets closer. But right now, the card looks pretty fucking decent. I'm definitely gonna tap in for this one. So as of last night, we have a 6 woman tag that is set to happen. You got Bailey, Lola Vice, and La Catalina against Las Toxicas.
Mhm.
We got Pagano and Psycho Clown versus the War Raiders for the Triple A World Tag Team Championship.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah. You have Dr. Wagner Jr. and you got Vikingo for the Latin American Championship. And then what it looks like it might be the main event of the whole fucking show, which is
Oh yeah.
crazy because neither one of these motherfuckers are actually Mexican. Uh, El Grande Americano, the OG versus El Grande Americano 2, Mask versus Mask.
Bro, this has had telenovela style drama, bro. this whole thing. People have been getting slapped left and right. People have been falling out.
Yeah,
They be cussing each other out in Spanish, and this has been so good. This
yeah,
has easily been the best feud of the year.
yeah. The drama is real.
It's a
And
Mexican
I
version of that Spider-Man meme where they're pointing at each other.
for real. And I think the really intriguing thing about this whole feud and it coming to a what I would think an end is what happens next.
Right.
Um, because what it would mean for one of them to unmask, like to see what I imagine Luke with Kaiser, if he had not taken on this El Grande Americano shit, he would have been a budget cut like
Hmm.
last year. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And Chad Gable, honestly, he was good. I feel like him with the Creed brothers, they were good as American made. So I feel like it would be easier for him to lose his mask right now
Right.
than it would be for Ludwig Kaiser because he can't go back to being Ludwig at this point. He's too
No.
over.
Yeah, he's
Mexico
in.
will fucking riot if he if
Right.
he's not a thing anymore. So
He is fully immersed in it. I mean, down to the Mexican girlfriend. Like he is out here living this. He is out here
down to the
living this.
Mexican girlfriend is
Right,
crazy.
he got it all, man. He got his boys Bravo and Rio. He
Yeah.
he got Mexico behind him. He won the sword earlier. Yes, that's my cat in front of me.
Fucking
uh,
cameos and shit. Huh?
yeah, yeah. I think it's time that I think they should just give it to Kaiser. I mean, no disrespect to Czech, but he even like up until the injury, I think that's where like he could. I think as far as like with that character, that's as far as he could take it.
Yeah.
I mean, he took it to a pretty big spot too. I mean, once he started doing the AAA stuff, and then WWE ended up buying AAA, it just really started to run together. So, I mean, yeah, I think it'll be easy for him to go back to Chad Gable because we want to see Chad Gable succeed. Luve needs, yeah, he needs to be Americano forever.
Yeah.
he'll be he'll end up becoming mega champion before the years that he keeps this up.
Yeah, I could definitely see that shit. So now what I want to do is talk about what happened on Dynamite this past week very quickly. Um, so yeah, we had a 10-man tag team match. Um, you had Orange Cassidy, Cope, Christian Cage, and the Young Bucks against FTR, Tommaso Ciampa, and the Dogs. And that match ended up with Cope getting the pinfall over Connors. Um, let me see what else we have here. Yeah, Ricochet ended up recruiting the Dogs and Andrade for the Stadium Stampede match that's happening at Double or Nothing. We'll get into that in a little bit. Um, let me see. Speedball Mike Bailey beat Westbrook, and we found out that he is going to be challenging Darby Allin on Dynamite next week for the AEW World Championship. Kevin Knight defeated a returning. This was the shocker for me. A returning Brian Cage, who we haven't seen in over a year. He came out and accepted the open challenge for the TNT Championship, and Kevin Knight fucking won. um, yeah. They also released the bracket for the Owen Hart Foundation men's tournament, which is going to be fun. We found out that a quarterfinals matchup between Samoa Joe and Will Ospreay is on one side of the bracket, You got Swerve and Bandito on the other side. Those are both taking place at AEW Double or Nothing, where the tournament starts off.
Mm,
The winner of Joe and Osprey is going to face the winner of Mark Davis and Jack Perry. The winner of the Strickland and Bandito match will face the winner of Claudio and Brody King. And the finals will take place at the Forbidden Door, June 28th. That is the same day as fucking Slammiversary. So we're getting
nice.
Forbidden Door and Slammiversary on the same day. Let's see what else happened. I'm trying to skip through a little bit because some of this shit don't really matter. Yeah,
Oh, we can't
Jamie
forget
Hayter.
the. I was gonna say we can't forget the women's side of that bracket too. They that ooh um
Yeah,
yeah, Willow Nightingale versus Alex Windsor. They will
yes,
take on the winner of Persephone and Hazuki, and then you have
yes,
Sky Blue and Suri. And the winner of that one will take on the winner of Mina Shirakawa and Athena.
yes.
Um,
Um, Let me see. Darby Allen and MJF signed their hair versus hair contract for Double or Nothing.
yes,
Um, it's hard for me to picture either of them bald, but MJF
I think it's his
cannot.
hair. I think it's hair versus his title.
Oh yeah, you're right. Hair versus title. You're right.
Ball nigga,
Um,
ball nigga, ball nigga.
yeah, we're gonna have to remake the whole fucking video if
MGF.
MJF lose and he end up shaving his head.
Oh my god. Then they kept doing all this foreshadowing, having all the ball people walk past MJF.
Yeah, they call it the bald gauntlet. That shit's funny as fuck. Um, Also with Darby Allen, this motherfucker has been defending the AEW championship like the goddamn
Bro.
the United States title in WWE. Like this motherfucker is defending that bitch against any and everybody. Um, we just saw him actually on Collision last night. This motherfucker defended against Sammy Guevara.
And passed out.
Yeah. And we mentioned that he is facing Mike Bailey on Wednesday at Dynamite. It's a 3 hour episode of Dynamite leading
Nice.
up to Double or Nothing next week. So make sure y'all tap in for that. Um, and we're gonna talk all about the Double or Nothing card and make our predictions here in a minute. Before we do get into that, we do have another one of our weekly segments to tap into, and it's actually related to Double or Nothing. This week we are doing yet another Run the Gauntlet
Uh-oh.
special. And this week it is Q's turn to run the gauntlet. Uh, it's my turn to set it up. Now, I decided, I try to go with themes for the gauntlet as far as what's relevant. So we're doing Double or Nothing. For those of y'all who have been following AEW or at least remotely paid attention, you know that they've had 7 Double or Nothings already um, in their young history. There are the number of people who have appeared on at least 5 of those you can count on your 2 hands, and you don't need all your fingers. I want you to name 5 people, only 5 people who have appeared on at least 5 Double or Nothings. It doesn't matter if it was on the 0 hour pre-show, if it was in the Casino Battle Royal. They just appeared at the event. Period.
You know what? Because I've always felt like I'm the man when it comes to these shits. I'm gonna try to give you all of them. So I'm gonna start out with the people who are running the company. So that's easy. So it's gonna be Kenny. It's gonna be Matt and Nick, the Bucks, and Hangman. So that's 4. Um, it can't really be an AEW pay per view without John Moxley. So I'm gonna throw Mox in there.
There you go.
Um, I'm going to say I feel like Mac MJF he hasn't missed a lot of time and he's always big at these things. So MJF,
Yep.
uh I'm gonna say I would I would think that Jericho would be on this list,
Hmm.
especially since he
You
was the
you hit
champion
all
for
of them. You hit all of them except for two.
um I'm trying to think because like shit like this is tricky.
Hmm.
Uh I'm trying to think of Popper's. Ooh, because she was the. I think it's a lady in here too because it's got. I would want to say probably like somebody like Hikaru Shida because she's been a champion so many fucking times. So I would probably say like Hikaru Shida has. Um, trying to think of all these fucking stadium stampedes and battle royals because they always do the casino and would Dustin Dustin Rose would he be on this list too? Because I feel like he's
No,
always in this fucking casino matches and shit.
no.
You know?
He has four
Oh,
appearances at the seven.
okay. Ah,
This last one, I think he's the only one on the list besides the Young Bucks, obviously, that
yeah.
hasn't been a world champion.
Um, is it Orange? Or is it Orange Cassidy? Because
Yes,
that, yeah, this was like
yes.
it
I
got he's
also
way
I
too.
left one off too that I should have put on here. Jack Perry
Oh
has
yeah,
been in
Johnny.
five.
Yeah,
Yeah, but one of those was on the 0 hour. So
hmm,
yeah, you killed that, my boy. I made it kind of easy,
yeah.
and you took the hard route, and you still hit that shit on the head. So
I took the scenic route.
yeah, so we'll have to do something more difficult next time. But yeah, you killed the gauntlet. I give you that. So yeah, we're talking double or nothing. The eighth iteration of double or nothing. This shit, I ain't gonna lie, this shit about to hit. We talked about the Owen tournament.
Hmm.
Obviously, Alex Windsor, Willow Nightingale, Osprey and Samoa Joe, Swerve and Bandito, all that's in there. We have the Stadium Stampede. These are always fucking fun to watch.
Right.
So we
Unless you're
have,
Matt Hardy.
yeah. So we have the Demand, uh, David Finley, Clark Connors. You got Andrade, Mark Davis, all on one squad. Then you got Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, Jack Perry, and the Young Bucks on the other side.
You got the Elite, the Hurt Syndicate, and goddamn Chris Jericho.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. It's kind of hard to predict Stadium Stampede matches because you don't
Right.
know
You're fucking
motherfuckers getting
wild.
run over with golf carts and shit. Like,
Someone's gonna
uh,
fucked up. I know that much.
yeah, yeah, that's probably gonna be the most fun shit to watch.
Yeah.
And then this next match because I don't think I've ever seen this stipulation for a tag match before. You have an I Quit match for the AEW tag titles.
Hmm.
FTR versus Cope and Christian Cage. Never seen that before. So
I
that's gonna
ain't
be
even
real interesting. And
right.
also I want to know how that works. So like do you lose when your partner quits or do y'all both have to say I quit?
Yeah.
Cause I'm gonna be
I
mad
mean,
as fuck because you better
ain't nobody tell you to do that.
you better not tell nobody you fucking quit, bitch. Now we done both lost the titles. That's crazy.
Right. But I mean, if any two teams could pull off a tag team I quit match, it's Cope and Cage and FTR.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're just
Um
so goddamn good.
yeah, definitely. On the other side of this, um, on the women's side, we have a fatal four way for the AEW women's title. Thekla, who I would be real, bro. That bitch done grown on me a lot. Like she done grown on me a lot. Like the whole fucking her promos and shit are like unhinged.
Yeah,
Like she's grown on me. Her, Jamie Hayter, Stat, and Sheeta will be in the fatal four way. This
she's a
match is
she's a
the piss
nightmare,
of me.
dog. It's like if
Yeah,
John Moxley was. It's like if John Moxley had a pair of titties.
pretty much. Yeah, that's very accurate. That's yeah. We also have it's the song that never ends. Takesha and Okada for the international title. It feels like you've seen this match 1,000 times, and you want to see it 1,000 more times.
Right, this shit
Um,
gonna hit every time.
yeah, I mean, I don't really need to say anything other than that. The shit finna hit.
It's like
Um,
Okada's looking at himself in his prime. That's what Takesha is like.
yeah,
When now if Konosuke would have caught Okada when he was winning the G1 like 4 years in a row, is while still being the IWGP champion, that Okada
yeah,
was unstoppable. He was a 99 overall. Like he
facts. Also, we didn't touch on it when I was going over Dynamite, but Takesha and Darby Allin's match on Dynamite, that shit was fucking wild. This
yeah,
nigga hit a German suplex
that's off
with
the
a
top
bridge
rope.
from the top rope and held the bridge and didn't kill Darby. I was really shocked by that. I thought Darby
Like,
Allin was gonna die.
I've always wondered why we've been watching wrestling all these years, why nobody's ever tried that, and now we see why.
Yeah. It's amazing that Darby Allin was the first one to take that shit.
It makes perfect sense why Darby Allen was the first one to try that, because he's the only one dumb enough to fucking try some shit like that. Yeah, let's take one of the strongest strong style wrestlers in the game right now and have him German suplex me off the top rope, full extension too. Like he got up, he still
yeah,
picked him up and
yeah,
got left.
yeah. Nah, this wasn't no motherfucking. Let's just hop down off of the night. Nah, there was full extension, full bridge. Like
Oh
that
no,
shit,
no, 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 no,
perfect
no, no.
form. Yeah. So if that's any indication, if that's the shit we seeing on free TV, you already know what's about to happen at Double or Nothing. And then last but not least, of course, the main event: Darby Allin, MJF, hair versus title. Um, Darby has defended the title like fucking 10 times already, and he hasn't even had it that long. Um, it kind of makes you think that there's a strong possibility that MJF takes that shit back.
Where he's getting all these defenses in and cramming them into a what 2 week, 2 3 week reign.
Yeah. Well, we'll give him a month because it
Mm,
was around. It was like a little bit before Mania when he actually won it. So we'll give him that. We'll give him a month, but still, he's had more title defenses than Roman Reigns had in like the first year and a half of his fucking reign. Like when he was,
right.
um, so yeah, there's that. I feel like MJF wins it, but I would be very surprised if we see MJF shave his fucking head as one of the faces of the company.
Um, before we move on, I want to tap into something else. I don't know if I don't know if you caught it, but Super Card of Honor was over the weekend, and bro, Ring of Honor. I've always been a fan of big Ring of Honor guy. Great, great show at Super Card of Honor. Athena retains. That's nothing that we haven't heard before. Athena retains in a survival of the fittest um, 6-man match for the world title. She is at, as it stands now, 1,254 days as
You
the
want to
Ring of
know
Honor.
what's fucking wild, bro? And you can see it in the intro on the clip I have from Super Card of Honor.
Right.
2 years ago
Yeah.
in Philly, I was at Supercard of Honor. Athena had that fucking championship then,
Yeah.
and she still has the motherfucking title now. Like, shit is insane, bro.
Forever and
They've had
ever
two
and
more
ever.
Supercards of Honor champion, and she is still holding that bitch. Like, yeah.
Forever and ever and ever. Um yeah, it's like, see, Romans was what, 13, 16. She is definitely
Mhm.
going to catch that and then some. I honestly would love to see her hit 2000.
Yeah.
I
I
mean, why
mean, I'm
not?
not complaining. And the match
It's
quality has not dropped at all.
no, it's like a she's like a modern day fabulous Moolah who, according to her, she held the title for like 30 years, but another story to dive into at a different time. But
Yeah.
I love what Athena's doing. She needs to continue that. Bandito retained in a great match against Blake Christian for the Ring of Honor World Championship. Afterwards, he was immediately hit with the house call from Swerve Strickland. So
Mhm.
that is going to be end up being an exciting match when and if it does take place. Um,
Oh yeah.
Mark Davis, the
Well, you
newly
know
crowned.
that
Oh
that
yeah.
leads right into the Owen tournament at Double or Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, they really wanted to go crazy where they could put the title on the line there, but Mark Davis, who just won the AEW National Championship off of Jungle Jack Perry, defeated Zahula for at that match. It was a pretty decent match. Lee Moriarty retains the Pure Championship over Ace Austin. We have new six-man tag champions in Ring of Honor. Dalton Castle and the Outrunners beat STP to win the titles, and it's. I mean, if I figured if they weren't going to put the tag titles on the Outrunners, which honestly they should have, then the six man would probably work the best. But shout out to Shane Taylor Promotions. I love all my black wrestlers. He's one of my favorites. Speaking of black wrestlers, AR Fox retains the Ring of Honor Television Championship against Leo Rush, and Leo Rush would be the new Ring of Honor Television Champion had not been for light skinned ass Action Andretti pushing him off the top rope when he was getting ready to go for the finish.
hey, shout
Um,
out to Leo Rush too, because he is
oh my
doing
God,
some
he's
amazing character work right now. Like
yes,
with the split personality shit.
I
Like
love it.
we haven't seen shit like this since R.I.P. Bray Wyatt.
Right,
Since he brought in like the Firefly Funhouse, and we saw all the different personalities.
right.
Um,
We doubly don't see this as much in African American wrestlers either, because they don't really
Absolutely.
get. And this has always been like my thing on is how I saw it. As far as like when it comes to African American wrestlers, you either have to be insanely strong, uber athletic, or you got to be able to sing, dance, or rap or some bullshit like that. Like
Yes, yes,
being getting a character like this is something that is a real breath of fresh air. It's like
absolutely.
along that line of like King Booker. I
Yeah,
mean, nobody would have been able to do that the way King Booker did, the way Book did it. Um, so yeah, it's definitely I love the fact that the black wrestlers are starting to get more character driven instead of just going out there and just being athletic or being super strong. Like, yeah, we get all that. What else can you do? This shows me how well rounded of a wrestler Leo Rush really is.
yeah, for sure.
Red Velvet retains the women's TV title against Viva Van. That was a pretty good match. It could should have went a little longer, but they had so many matches to fit on the card because they also had the women's pure championship. Deanna Purrazzo defeated Diamante. Um, they also had it in Josh Woods and Nigel McGuinness had a pure rules match. Nigel picked up the W there. It was um it was fun to watch. It was a really good pay-per-view. 0 Hour, it was even great. And a few matches on 0 Hour that were about like 2.5 matches because Roosh beat somebody in like 30 seconds, so that didn't really even count.
Yeah, even the cat said it was a great show.
Yeah, I was wondering where the hell she was at. Um, but yes, Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor, fantastic show. 4.5 out of 5 stars. It was really good.
I will say this about Ring of Honor. I don't tap in that often, but Supercard of Honor, they usually always like they go above and beyond to put on a great show. And if it's ever in your city, motherfuckers should definitely go check that shit out.
Uh,
And
what
with
we got?
that, I believe that we have covered everything that we have to cover here for this week.
I mean, it sounds like
Um,
we wrapped it up pretty good. What the fuck is she doing behind
that
me?
they're creeping.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so again, Saturday night's main event coming up. Double or Nothing coming up. AAA has a big event coming up. Yeah, the summer is about to heat up. The John Cena Classic. Lord,
We're gonna
somebody
need more
please.
details.
So yeah, somebody please explain this shit better to me because I don't understand. Nonetheless, summertime is about to heat up. We got some great wrestling on the way. Um, Next time we pop out, we're gonna have a little more indie news for y'all too, because there's a lot of big indie events that we didn't get to touch on that are coming up. Before we get out of here, I want to thank everybody for supporting us to this point. We still pushing towards 500 subscribers. Uh, we are about to hit. We're close to 100,000 channel views total since we
Nice.
started. So shout out to all of y'all for that. This is episode 20. We're gonna try to keep this motherfucker going as we push on. Q, do you have any final words for the people out there before we head up?
Yeah, look, as we proceed to give you what you need, just remember that uh just support your local wrestling, just love indie wrestling. Um all these big matches and big events coming up. We'll say we keep our ear to the ground to try to keep y'all informed and give y'all the best quality show that we can give you guys. And say we love you. Thank you for the support. Like, subscribe, share, tell your baby mama, tell your homegirl baby mama. We don't care. Tell everybody, tune in, BWO.
Let's fucking
That's all.
go.
That's all I
And with
got
that
for him.
being said, we out this bitch. Until
Yeah.
next time, we are Bros with Opinions.